welcome to another video. This time it's tips again, as you can see in the title, but it's gonna be fewer tips, like 3 or 4, but each tip is very big. It's weapons, outposts, and I forgot the last one. You'll see, never mind. Okay, so the first tip is regarding to building the outposts. To building the outposts. As you can see, I'm in the outpost editing. This is my outpost after like 30 hours of gameplay maybe. I did not unlock everything, not even close. This game is so grindy. However, you can see that my placement is mostly based on the front, because most of the time the enemy is gonna come from the front. They're not gonna come from the sides. They only come from the sides if you fail to protect the first mine, the first objective. Only then they will start coming on the side, and even then, just a few enemies. Not a lot, maybe one big enemy and a few little ones, that's it. Most is gonna be in the front, so we're gonna focus most of our ammo on the front. You can see I have some big some big weapons to deal with the big enemies. And later on I'm gonna tell you how to configure that they only kill the big enemies and ignore the small enemies. I also have a mortar, so I can use it to get over hills. The second map has has like a big hill that the enemy shoots you from down the hill, and you can't shoot it with the normal guns, only with this one, because you don't have line of sight. So this one is amazing for that. This is why I got one. Also set to kill big enemies and ignore the small enemies. I have a few floors because, as you can guess, these guys cannot shoot into the front, just these guys. So what I'm doing is, because the bigger guns are bigger, so you can aim over the machine guns. So I'm putting the little ones ahead. Also they have a shorter range, so it's better. Then I'm putting these guys behind in the corner, so they can hit big enemies coming from the left, from the right, sorry, and from the left and from the middle if needs be. You can see I have another big gun. I had a few of the small variation of this gun, just so I can have a little bit more clear for the medium enemies at longer range. The machine guns are taking care of the small enemies, no problem. You always want to put them, quite a few of them. It doesn't matter if you have quite a bit, have a ton of them, because they start the game with full magazine, so even if you don't reload them, you still have 1k bullets free. So they shoot enemies, you don't even have to reload them, unless of course you still have more time. You have to stay there, and then you're gonna have to reload, but then you're gonna pick which one you wanna reload. Maybe the corner one, because it gets both the left and the center. You have to get a few of those. They probably won't run. I didn't have them run out of ammo unless it's on the boss, because I don't get them. I don't let them shoot the little guys, so they don't waste ammo. Only maybe like 1 or 2 magazine I'm switching on the little machine guns. This guy, don't even need to think about him. He's just over there killing. Now you can see on the back I have just very few machine guns, nothing else, because nothing is gonna come from the back. Besides, some missions have like airdropped ghouls. They airdropped like blue-white ghouls on you, and they can come from each direction. So about these guys, you need to have few protection on the back, not a lot, just a few. That's enough for that. Another nice one and a must to have is, you can see that there are few floors, and this game has a support system. So you need to have a pillar or a wall in the middle. You can see now these floors are okay, no problem with them. The moment I take this out, you can see, whoop, the movement is kind of shitty. This one is red. It says it's lacking support, so you gotta have underneath it Now when I'm building, you don't have to build the support for the first level, for the second level, sorry, for the third level you do. And as it's go on and on and on, it gets weaker, so you have to have more and more support. Just gonna put this back. Okay, two basics. One you need to know, you have to know, is the more you build, the less you can see here. Materials is the stuff you get from killing enemies, that you can get more ammo for or create more guns around your outpost. In the final level you get less and less and less. You can see if I hover over this, you can see I get decreased max resources, but I get increased to my core and the reflective shock, which, as you can read, the moment enemies touch that, they get damaged. And the damage depends on how many generator outposts I have. For basically mean how many generators you have. You can see they increase the output, so that means more damage if they touch. But if they touch your outpost, you're probably gonna fail, so be careful of that. And the second one is electricity. Electricity doesn't flow through walls, just through stairs, so you have to have stairs. You can't do like crazy jumps over guns to get to the next floor, because they won't have any electricity and the guns won't work. So you have to have this, you have to have this. And finally, this tower is your core. This is what, if it's destroyed, the outpost is gone. And this is when you respawn every time you go into a level. This is where you spawn on top of this. This is when you can quickly press M and manage your stuff, do a couple quick stuff before you head out to the level or to the finishing level, depending on what you are. Now we're gonna talk about weapons, starting with the weapon types. There are a few weapon types. You can see I have the standard gun. I don't have another one. I have another standard core gun. You can have a few types, like a shotgun and a sniper. It's not called that, it has a different name, but it basically it. Then you can have deeper modification. You can see I have a few parts: the barrel, the underbarrel, the stock, and the sight. All of them changes how your weapon react. The underbarrel changes your, it's like a passive when you shoot. You can see this one is close range. I previously had a grenade launcher, this one, and basically every few shots it just shoots out the grenade. It doesn't take from your inventory or nothing, so it's very nice. You can get pretty cool stuff with this. I just got all the orange stuff. I don't think there is a better one. Maybe there is. I'm just in the second map. I have 2 more to go. You can see the barrel. I have double tap. There is this one, which is basically for sniping. It does a lot of damage, but the cooldown is higher, so it does a few shots but a lot of damage. Sight, obviously, this one is a sniping sight. I need to change it. Hopefully I get one better, but you can read the description. It does just what it says. There is a smart sight, which you just right click and you can shoot freely. You don't even need to aim. This one is basically for sniping. You can shoot for farther range. Stock, again, you can have or draw like how you put your weapon, you get into a position faster, or your recoil, stuff like that. You can change quite a few times, quite a few different types, I should say. After we do that, you have Zens, where you can imbue your weapon even further. Now I'll take you here so you can see this one. You can see I have 3 skills. This is because it's a good gun. Most of them come with 1 or 2, the starter one at least. And you can see this one, obviously I picked the basic one, the light, which is basically an assault rifle. Then I have a rifle, like a sniper rifle, because I have the sight for that. I have the heavy hit, and this one is for mob clearing. Basically it's a very good one. Basically just shoot like 2 balls flying, and they have electricity going between them, and whatever touches the electricity just dies like this. Poof. It's amazing. And you can change though. If you go here, you can change scatter shot. You see, I can have a shotgun if I want, slingshot. You have a lot of different types of stuff you can do. You can have even things that are not normal rifles. Like you see, hitting a target teleports all items caught within the area in front of the players. So you can basically shoot stuff to you, like bring them to you. Cooldown field. You have a lot of stuff you can do. Hitting a target restores ammunition for it. Insane. Further, after you do this, you have even modification to the skill that you chose. So basically, I took reduced firing interval, so I shoot slower but I do more damage. This one basically just increases damage, and this one does like double hit. So whenever I shoot one bullet, it puts out 2 bullets, and I only use 1, so it does double the damage, just like that. It's amazing. You can see now for the sniper rifle, obviously damage the further it goes, and chain, so it does another hit. And again, sniping bosses with this on like a weak spot, you can 1 or 2 shot them. It's insane. And this one, mob clear, more elements, so it does more electricity damage. Again, 2 chains. I don't know why not use this skill on everything, it just doubles. And then you can see I increase the radius, so the chain is longer, so it does more area damage. This is basically the gun stuff you can have. You can see right here on the bottom, you can see how the gun is depending on which skill you have. You can see this one is basically damage, this one is mostly fire rate, and this one is kind of all around, but it's mostly functionability and efficiency. It doesn't show here, but it's insane in clearing low tier mobs. It's very amazing. I forgot to say this, but armor is basically just statistics. It gives you a few skills, like passive skills. You can see this one, the faster that I move, I gain more damage. So if I go high, I jump, I get a lot of stacks, and I can one-shot something. It's nice. This one gives me a skill to scan 10 meters around me, so I can see behind walls and stuff. This one just do damage when my armor breaks, which is the blue bar. And this one, the boots can give you a few stuff. This one give me a buff when I'm standing, but you have hover boots, which lets you obviously hover in the air. You have speed boots, which lets you run way faster and lets you dash from side to side, back and forth, whatever you need. So that's amazing. But they're basically just statistics. They don't change a ton. They give you nice passive things, but that's about it. Okay, so now I went into a level fast to show you. I don't have much time because, as you can see, I'm timed. Basically, what I'm showing you now is what I told you I'm gonna do in the Outpost section. So I'm changing the weapons. I'm taking the weapons which deal nice damage over range. You can see it was here. I crank it all the way to the end, and I'm leaving out the units, the small and medium units. I want them to have only to aim on the large and massive units, and I'm gonna increase the massive units to be high. So this is taking priority before this one. And I'm just gonna do this again to the rest of them. I'm gonna have to do this fast. This is the downside of this, I think, that you can't do this like on a big scale. Now this one I'm gonna do the same. You can see this is artillery. I'm gonna do this, and then this one, because they have 2 types of things they can do. They can have either like they shoot directly, or they shoot like artillery, which they are supposed to be. So I have 2 modes. Just want to make sure I use them all. Yeah, okay. So I turned it all on. That's nice. Now because I made my stuff, I need to get more materials. More material boxes. I can't even I'm not even able to purchase one machine gun to put down there, so I'm gonna have to wait for the enemy to come to me, and only then I can actually start shooting and show you how the base is shooting. I might lose because I didn't prepare, but we'll see. I'm gonna speed this up. Now that I'm finished, I'm just gonna let them aim at whatever. Let's reload this for fun. 12 enemies remaining. Oh, look. He doesn't have to see, which is so amazing. And I can go. You know, I'm gonna give you a quick tip. After you finish, do an area scan. Oh, there is a card over there. A few good stuff. I'm not gonna do this. It's too much for me. But you can also get the basic material. Oh, gold. That's nice. I don't see it, but the points for research you can get here. After you kill all the enemies, you can find them. Oh well, I guess this is it. This is all the tips I had to do for now. I hope you enjoyed it, and if I have any more, I'll just put another video. Bye.